Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the president of Uganda, has come out and said that he wants to take the Indian Ocean of Kenya. As you know very well that Uganda is a landlocked country. How comes that Museveni wants to take what belongs to Kenya? Why is the president of Uganda want to create conflicts between Ugandan and Kenyans? On our today episode, I'm going to unveil to you how these conflicts of Uganda started. It's not even Museveni. It's been most of the president in Uganda have wanted to take what belongs to Kenya. On our today episode, that is what I'm going to unveil to you. The conflicts between Uganda and Tanzania and Kenya. How did it started? And the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Musalia Mudavadi, came out and said that whatever that Ugandan President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni said, it was just a joke. I'm telling you, my dear viewers from Africa, this is not a joke. This is something that head of state in Uganda have tried to do. And today's episode is whatever that I'm going to unveil to you. The war between Kenya and Uganda. How did the rain started beating Kenyans? Does it mean that the head of state in Kenya are very weak? That is when you are starting about the president. The first president of Kenya, who was Jomo Kenyatta. The second president of Kenya, who was Moi. The third president of Kenya, who was Mwai Kibaki. The fourth president of Kenya, who was Uhuru Kenyatta. And right now, the fifth president of Kenya, who is William Kipchirchir Arap Ruto. Today's episode is going to shock you because I'm going to unveil to you how dark-hearted are the president of Uganda since independence. Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for the support. Thanks so much for the love. God bless you. God bless you. If you are new here, kindly subscribe and click the notification button for you to never ever miss any episode that we post here in our channel. We are back. We as Chris Nolan TV, we took a 3 months break, but today we are back. We are going to give you trending news concerning whatever that is currently happening here in Africa. We had a problem with YouTube, but today we have sorted our issue. Today we are good. We are going to keep on educating you. We are going to keep on giving you news on the current affairs that affect Africa, because that is what we dwell to, that is what we always focus on. Our main objective is to create informative information, is to educate our society and also to open the eyes of all the people here in Africa. That is our objective. That is whatever that we continue to do, and that is what we are not going to stop doing. On our today episode, you know whatever that Yoweri Museveni said. He said that Indian Ocean belongs to him and he's going to take over Indian Ocean. Something that has come as a shock to so many Kenyans who haven't believed it. They say that you know very well that Uganda is a landlocked country. They doesn't border any ocean. How comes if it could be Tanzania, it could make sense? Why does Museveni comes in and say that he wants to take over Indian Ocean and you know very well that Indian Ocean belongs to Kenya? On our today episode, I'm going to unveil to you how this fight between Uganda and Tanzania started. Back then in the year 1970, it started as a joke. That time that they were saying that the second president of the Republic of Kenya, who was Moi, wanted to take over Uganda. In that he was helping a rebel group known as NPM, who was fighting against the government of Uganda. That is the time that president, who was the former Prime Milton Obote, came out and said that this was a plan, this was something that was being planned so that Kenya can take over Uganda. That happened in the year 1970. In the year 1980s, the time that Idi Amin Dada was the president, he used to mistreat Kenyans. So many Kenyans that went to Uganda to look for job employment, they were being taken for granted. He used to mistreat them. That's how the conflicts between Idi Amin Dada and Moi started. They started fighting each other, and that's where the fight between Migingo Island started. As you know very well, that Migingo Island issue was solved recently in the year 2024, where the President of the Republic of Kenya, who is William Kipchirchir Arap Ruto, came into amicable agreement. They came out and said that Migingo belongs to both Uganda and Tanzania. But that conflict started long time ago. It's not even recently. This is a fight that has been been created for so long. And it was solved where they say that Migingo Highland belongs to both Uganda and Tanzania, and there's no fight that is going to happen once again. In this episode, whatever that Museveni has said has come as a joke, but that's the way that the head of state in Uganda usually do. They usually comes in with a joke and they take over some things. The words that the son of Museveni altered towards the President of the Republic of Kenya, where he said that he should be given only 2 hours, he will be able to take over Indian Ocean. As you know very well, that is a conflict. Words that the head of state, words that the people in power usually altered, it usually come out in a bad way. Right now, the head of state in Uganda is trying to create conflict between Ugandan and Kenyans. People that have been friends, people that have been living like brothers and sisters. Why is the head of state uttering these words, as he knows very well that it's going to create a lot of conflict between Kenya and Uganda? He should be the one in forefront bringing peace. Why does Yoweri Mukaguta Museveni utter this word? On today's episode, I'm going to unveil to you this is a tactic. As you know very well that Ugandan are going for a general election on January. So Museveni is trying to gain influence from most of the Ugandan. If he know very well that if he say those words, he's going to get a lot of vote from innocent Ugandan. You know very well that most of the Ugandan have been admiring Indian Ocean and they have wanted to be part of Indian Ocean. So for Museveni to come out and say these words, he wants to get a lot of votes. This is a method that most of the head of state usually use. Not only Museveni, even the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Ruto, came out and deceived most of Kenyans. So Museveni knows very well, if I use these words, if I bring the mentality of Ugandan very close to cheat them, that I'm going to bring for them Indian Ocean, which is very impossible. Something that can never happen. It was a joke. This is something that Museveni is using so that he can remain in power. You know very well that Museveni has been fought in forefront doing bad things to innocent Ugandan. Museveni, if you want to bring fight between Ugandan and Kenyans, that is something that is not going to happen. That is something that most of the Kenyans are not going to allow it. We have been peaceful between Kenya and Uganda, but whatever that you are trying to do is to create enmity between these good countries that have been working together. That is the news that I had for you. But the President of the Republic of Kenya is not going to allow it to happen. There is no Kenyan that is going to allow that thing to happen. That is the news that is reaching our desk between the conflicts between Uganda and Kenya. How did it start and how is it faring on? If you want to get more updates on whatever that is currently happening here in Africa, Chris Nolan TV is the only TV channel that always focus on African issue. As well as say, we are Africans and Africa will remain to be our business. Kindly subscribe, click the notification button for you to never ever miss any episode that we post here in our channel, because we always focus on whatever that is trending in the world of internet. That is our objective, that is our work, and that is our responsibility to make sure that Africa is united, to make sure that Africans are informed and educated. Until next time, we'll say game over. God bless you all.